Yesterday, after the very important data from the United States of America came in, we first saw a major pump on Bitcoin, and moments after, we saw a big correction. But what we're seeing right now in the market is clearly looking like a bottom structure right now. And that is why I need to talk about the price action on Bitcoin on today's update video, because what we're seeing right here is just still a major trap here. And yes, I am going to be breaking down my trades. What am I doing currently in this market? Am I flipping my bias? That and so much more will be getting discussed on today's update video, because while this is happening, we're seeing the S&P 500 hit new all-time highs, we're seeing gold hit new all-time highs, and Bitcoin remains to be a little bit weak here. So a lot to discuss on today's update video, including Ethereum, what is going to be happening next over there. So don't forget to once again watch this video till the end. Slap off that like button, back above 1,000 likes will be highly appreciated. And let me jump straight away in today's update video. So first of all, yesterday, while we were looking at Bitcoin, we saw this major correction towards the downside right here, after actually the data came in quite good here, because unemployment was once again rising, and this means the economy is clearly weaker. And this means that, of course, the Federal Reserve is for sure right now in the next meeting going to cut the interest rates with at least 25% basis points and maybe even 50 basis points here. So very interesting data. But of course, this once again shows us that the economy is currently slowing down. And of course, as the economy is slowing down here, we could potentially still be heading towards a recession. But one thing is for sure, rate cuts are going to come in the next meeting. And for the next 4 or 5 meetings, we're basically expecting rate cuts. So this is obviously going to be very good fuel for the entire market, because as rates are going to be dropping, borrowing money is going to be cheaper. And as borrowing money is going to get cheaper, there's going to be more money creation in general. And ultimately, that is going to be leading towards higher Bitcoin prices. And right now, if I'm looking at the 4-hourly time frame, I can start to see somewhat of a reversal signal in this major downward sloping trend we are currently trading in. Because, of course, Bitcoin is trading in this falling wedge pattern. I said, okay, I'm looking at the downward sloping resistance line. If we're going to be breaking it, I want to be seeing a break above this previous high here, where yesterday we exactly got rejected from. And of course, if you've been watching all my recent videos, and of course, if you've been following all my trades here, I've stated so many times that this level right here, the previous high in the market, which I also have prepared over here, is the most important level of resistance. And if we confirm this break above this resistance level right here, I think Bitcoin is going to be running up all the way up towards about $123,000. And of course, ultimately, I do think this is going to be happening, but the confirmation of the big breakout towards the upside is going to come whenever we do see that clear continuation above this resistance level on Bitcoin. But what we're seeing right now in the imminent short term is that we're creating a bottom right here. Then we dipped ever so slightly lower to create a lower low. And now we're creating a higher low. So clearly the momentum is shifting. We're creating an inverse head and shoulders pattern basically on the 4-hourly time frame right now. And of course, whenever Bitcoin is going to be breaking the neckline, I think we're going to see that big continuation towards the upside. So the chart is looking good. We're creating a falling wedge pattern, which is of course a typical bullish bias continuation pattern, reversal pattern. And we're creating this inverse head and shoulders pattern as well. So it looks to be that Bitcoin is about to create a big move towards the upside. So that is also one of the reasons why I am still holding my trades open here on Bitcoin, and why I ultimately still think a bigger reversal is going to come. We exactly grabbed the liquidity on the lower side. We're creating a bullish divergence. The falling wedge pattern is exactly breaking out right now. And more importantly, once again, we still have this major CME gap trading above us right now. And of course, over the course of this weekend, we're creating another CME gap, which I want to warn you about here, which is sitting around $110,000. So basically for this remaining of this weekend, we are expecting that Bitcoin is going to be hovering around this price, right? But you can also see it over here on the 1-hour time frame. We create a low, then of course a lower low, and now we're creating higher lows again here. And whenever we confirm the break above this high right here, guys, that is going to give us the confirmation of a bigger move towards the upside. So this is, of course, exactly what I'm looking at in terms of structure for Bitcoin. I'm super excited. I'm super bullish, obviously. And here also on the 200-day. And also, if you're going to compare Bitcoin to gold with a 200-day lag, you can see basically that the Bitcoin and gold chart are very much alike. Only gold is front-running Bitcoin ever so slightly. And of course, we can see that gold is right now hitting new all-time highs. S&P also hitting new all-time highs. And Bitcoin is still lagging behind ever so slightly. So soon, I believe, Bitcoin is going to catch up here, and of course that is going to be very exciting. And of course here on the 3-day time frame as well, you can see we're creating a higher low on the price action, lower low on the RSI. This means that sellers are getting exhausted. This is a hidden bullish divergence, and likely we're going to see another big shoot towards the upside. Also, the Bitcoin and stablecoin reserve ratio is right now signaling us a major buy signal. If we're looking at the liquidity heat map on Bitcoin, I can't give you a clear direction because there's still liquidity being built up on both directions. But of course, for sure, liquidity is going to get grabbed anytime soon here. And yeah, on the weekly time frame, we're just seeing this major trend right here on the Bitcoin bull market support band currently getting retested. And of course, it is going to be only more than likely that we're going to be bouncing from this level. On the daily time frame, we're seeing a bullish crossover on the MACD. So with all these charts right now, it is going to be very likely that Bitcoin is going to create a reversal towards the upside. The only thing I could be a little bit worried about here is, of course, the economy. And no one is currently really talking about how we are, of course, heading towards a recession. But one thing is for sure, and it is, of course, if you know how it works, guys, the Federal Reserve will cut interest rates because the economy is weak here. And because the economy is weak here, we could be heading towards a recession. And that is just something I want to warn you about. And I stated it multiple times before as well here. Usually whenever the Federal Reserve is going to cut interest rates, we first see one final push and then we see a big correction. And I think that is going to be exactly the case for Bitcoin. So also with my trades, guys, I am betting on one final push towards the upside for Bitcoin and the entire market before then heading towards potentially this next bear market for Bitcoin. So yeah, this is exactly where I'm currently looking out for. This is also what I will be doing with my trades here. I think there's going to be a bigger correction on the horizon, but not yet here. We are extremely close, but not yet here. And guys, if you want to be joining me with my trades, don't forget to, of course, also subscribe to the channel and join the private Telegram group to stay exactly up to date about what is happening with my trades, if I'm taking profits, etc, etc. And guys, if you are interested in trading just like me, don't forget to check out WeX, because currently they're offering a 25% fee rebate, which makes WeX the cheapest exchange to operate on. And if you, like me, trade with these $20 or $30 million trades here, and you have 25% fee rebate and already low fees here, it is definitely the best place to trade on. So if you want to be claiming a 25% free fee rebate, sign up an account using that first link below here. Also, you'll get some additional deposit bonuses up to $30,000. So guys, make sure to check it out. It's extremely valuable. So for example, what I talked about. So here once again, also to show you, you can see in multiple occasions from all the previous big corrections in the stock market. And of course, Bitcoin is going to be corresponding with the stock market as well here. Whenever the federal fund rates are going to be dropping very quickly, it usually means we are in the middle of a recession. And whenever the Fed funds rates are going to come close to zero, it usually tends to be marking the bottom. So this is something I truly want you to understand here, because the Federal Reserve will always save the economy. And yeah, it's going to be a very exciting time here if we are, of course, once again going to come back towards 0% interest rates, because ultimately that is going to cause the market to... Because ultimately, that is going to be meaning a major opportunity in the market. Because if, of course, interest rates are so low, money is extremely cheap here. There's going to be more printed. There's going to be more inflation. And of course, ultimately, Bitcoin and Ethereum and altcoins are going to be benefiting from it. And talking about Ethereum, we're still in the middle of this four-hourly consolidation phase. We're just following Bitcoin ever so slightly. It's also in a major consolidation phase. It's just truly the calm before the storm here. On the Bitcoin dominance as well here, we're just looking at the major correction that is about to come. But on the others compared to Bitcoin chart, if we're going to compare it towards 2021, we're right now also seeing a bullish crossover happening, a golden cross. And in 2021, this marked the beginning of major altcoin season. And yeah, we are currently clearly seeing on the data that mega whales, so people that are holding more than 10,000 Ethereum, are massively increasing. So there's a lot of accumulation, a lot of playing around in the background going on right now here. Also, there are a lot of liquidations laying above us for Ethereum. So I'm super excited. I remain to be long on the Ethereum. And like I said, I think there's going to be one final run towards the upside before ultimately the market is going to be close to be topping out here. And for Ethereum, I still think we can be running all the way up towards about $6,000, and then I will be making about $2 million for my trade here. So that is currently where I'm aiming for. But guys, anyways, this was it for me in today's update video. If you did, once again, learn something from it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, slap up that like button, and subscribe to the channel. And see you guys on the next one. So peace out. Goodbye.